what finally gave me credibility is the amount of documentation I put together on terminally ill animals. I mean, we're talking tens of thousands over the years with my associates. But maybe my best case of all time was a pit bull, 6.5 years old, and she had squamous cell carcinoma that was a cancer type of the tonsils that spread to her lymph system. And it's the same exact cancer that killed Sammy Davis Jr. And this dog, by the #1 oncologist in the United States, in New York City, gave this dog 6 weeks to live despite therapy. And he brought the dog to me, this guy, and we got this dog to live 9.5 years. Do you know what that is? It's like getting Sammy Davis Jr. to live another 60 years instead of his short life with it. Fully documented, all the medical records, stacks this high of all the biopsies from the big hospitals and everything. So I proudly present this case when I lecture at the universities. They can't refute it. It's all there. It's not me. And I just say, it's time for you guys to wake up that there is this thing called integrative medicine.
They're known as Marty's Miracles, dogs sentenced to death, brought back to health with the methods of Dr. Marty Goldstein.
One of the greatest cases I ever had is a Rottweiler named Whiskey. He was given less than 24 hours to live by the referring veterinarian. The owner was certain he was going to die.
But Dr. Marty, a vet dubbed the Miracle Worker by Forbes magazine, made one simple change that lengthened Whiskey's life.
And he just lived for years and years after that.
Dr. Marty Goldstein is...
News of these remarkable recoveries has caught the media's attention, as well as that of many celebrity pet owners.
I've treated the dogs of Oprah Winfrey, Martha Stewart, Jerry Seinfeld, John Travolta and Kelly Preston.
But dogs don't need to see the doctor in person to get the benefits of his do-at-home technique for animal health and long life.
You will notice a marked difference in your dog within days by making this one simple change.
This is a bag of premium organic dog food. Think it's healthy for your dog to eat? Think again. Hi, this is Dr. Marty Goldstein. You may have seen me on Oprah, Good Morning America, or Martha Stewart Show, where I exposed how common pet foods could be shortening your dog's lifespan. Today, I'm going to expose 3 dangerous ingredients added to many pet foods, even foods that claim to be healthy, organic, and natural. I call them dog health destroyers. Because in my opinion, as a practicing veterinarian of over 45 years, they could lead to sickness, depression, bad digestion, joint pain, or even cancer in your dog. How do I know? I built my reputation as the veterinarian people come to from all over the world when faced with a sick pet who needs serious help. I'm humbled to have helped tens of thousands of animals. This is how I met Oprah. She came to me when her dog Sophie was becoming critically ill, and I was able to help Sophie make a full recovery in less than a week. Though while it was exciting to meet Oprah and to have the dog whisperer Cesar Millan come to me for pet food advice, I don't feel you should have to be a celebrity to keep your dog healthy. So let's talk about how to keep your dog feeling strong, energetic, and have the longest life possible. I'm going to show you the same outline my wife and I use at home with our 3 dogs, Joey, Tilly, and Redford. And it's just as effective whether you have a new puppy, a rescue, or a middle-aged or senior dog you want to see having the health and energy of a younger dog again. I put this video together because I'm tired of the lies the pet food industry has told to the American public. I'm going to expose them right now, because with the large premium pet food company Blue Buffalo recently having to pay a $32 million settlement when it was discovered their food labels contained false information. There has never been a better time to educate yourself. I'm also going to show you the one meat we humans eat that you should never feed your dog, and one common type of dog food found in every pet store in America that is missing a critical vitamin your dog needs to have a healthy heart. What's sad is that it is marketed to you as a premium food. Today you'll discover the truth, and by the way, on a personal note, I'm not sure if you were told to watch this video by a fellow dog lover, saw it on a news site, or was sent here by your local veterinarian. But because you are here, I know you love your dog. So from one dog lover to another, I commend you for watching this today. I think we know our dogs would do the same for us. Okay, please grab a piece of paper or something to take some notes, and let's begin. I discovered the first of the 4 dog health destroyers when I found a hidden harmful ingredient in my own food. Several years ago, I loved this name brand salad dressing that was known as Healthy Holistic Salad Dressing. Let's call it Maize Salad Dressing. I used to love maize avocado dressing. One day, I'm home in my kitchen, I'm eating my salad, and I have the bottle of maize in front of me. I turn it and it says, no preservatives added. Then I turned it around, and on the label, there's 3 preservatives listed in the ingredient list. What's going on here? I turn the bottle back around and it says, maize salad dressing, no preservatives added. Am I seeing things? I turn the bottle back around and there's 3 preservatives. I contacted somebody I really trusted in the food industry and I go, how are they doing this? The guy says, it's simple. Maize doesn't make salad dressing. I say, what are you talking about? He goes, maize a bottler. It turns out the maize company was buying salad dressing that already had preservatives in it. They were then sticking it in the bottle, and since they weren't adding any more preservatives, they could at that time legally say, no preservatives added. It was a trick. You may have heard preservatives are bad for humans. Well, they are just as bad or even worse for dogs. Preservatives hurt digestion by killing off the friendly bacteria in the digestive tract. This makes it harder to digest food. For us humans, this can result in constipation or low energy. For dogs, poor digestion means your dog isn't getting the proper nutrients from their food. This can result in all kinds of health problems: skin and coat issues, weight gain, excessive shedding, irregular pooping, even depression. And when you and I are having a tummy ache, we can say something about it, but your dog cannot. It pains me to think about how many dogs may be suffering because a preservative is making it difficult for them to digest. How do pet food companies hide preservatives on their label? They use their technical names. The things you need to watch for are butylated hydroxytoluene, or BHT, BHA, and propylene glycol. If you see any of these in a dog food label, I recommend you stay away. This is why preservatives are my #1 dog health destroyer. The second dog health destroyer I suggest you avoid is fillers. Fillers can be defined as anything the food companies put into your dog's food that doesn't do good for your dog. The reason they are so common is because they are a cheaper ingredient than meat. I have had many pet food companies ask me to be an endorser of products that use grains as fillers. They try to tell me the grains are healthy. I say, show me one tooth in a dog's mouth that is flat for chewing grains. Now, I don't hate all grains. Certain grains are okay in small amounts. For example, brown rice and quinoa. The fillers you need to avoid are the heaviest grains like barleys, oatmeal, and white rice. And the worst of these are soy, wheat, and corn. Here's an interesting story. The second time Martha Stewart had me on her show, she allowed me to put up the formula for one of the top-selling dog foods in the USA. And the very first ingredient in it was corn. I turned to her and said, Martha, have you ever seen a dog stalk an ear of corn? I bet the food company wasn't so happy about that. As respected veterinarian Dr. Elsa Katz says, corn, not appropriate for a carnivore. It is an incomplete protein, contains gluten, and is one of the more allergenic food substances, especially since pretty much all of it is GMO. Now, you probably already know that our dog's most ancient ancestors were wolves. In the wild, wolves are meat eaters. They only eat veggies when they are in the contents of the stomach and small intestines of the animal they kill. This is why a good dog food will have a small amount of veggies in it and also fruit to mimic a natural diet. That said, you will never find a wolf snacking on an ear of corn. Yet, despite what we medical pet professionals know about canine health, heavy grains, corn, and soy find their way in many pet foods, even some of those claiming to be premium. So be careful. Do you know that wheat is a leading cause of dog allergies? So in summary, the fillers you need to watch out for are corn, corn gluten, soy, soybean oil, and heavy grains such as wheat, barley, flour, and white rice. Additionally, it always makes me sad to see artificial coloring in any pet food. That's because this coloring is used to make the food more appealing to us, not the dog who eats it. And those coloring chemicals are not good for your dog's body over time. One thing we should know for sure, canine cancers are increasing at alarming rates. Could the abundance of low-quality food be one of the causes? I'll let you decide for yourself. But either way, let's make sure things aren't this way for our dogs. Before I tell you about Dog Health Destroyer number 3, I want to share with you the one meat you should never feed your dog. Many people ask me if it's chicken or turkey. You may have already heard that turkey meat is bad for your dog, but that's not exactly true. Fresh turkey meat off of a whole bird is usually fine. One of our pets we cared dearly for was a cat named Squeaky that my wife rescued when she was 3 days old. My wife took her home, we nursed her and bottle fed her, and around the age of 18, Squeaky's kidneys were starting to fail. We put Squeaky on a 100% protein diet of nitrate-free cold cuts and raw meat because it was all she would eat. Now, one day, we went to one of the big chain stores and bought some deli meats. When we fed it to Squeaky, a lymph node in her neck began to swell up. When we switched her back to the meats that were totally preservative-free, her lymph node shrunk down and she did great. Squeaky lived until almost 23 years of age. So based on my experience, if you're going to feed your dog, cat, or any pet for that matter, deli meat, only do it if they are chemical-free. In just a minute, I'm going to share with you the #1 most nutritious meat you can feed your dog. But first, I need to share with you Dog Health Destroyer #3. Meat byproducts. Meat byproducts, or as sometimes labeled byproduct meal, are nothing but slaughterhouse waste. They are what's left of an animal after slaughter and after all the cuts of meats for humans are removed. This can contain organs, however, it could also contain just about anything else. Feet, beaks, brains, undeveloped eggs, pieces of tumors. These can also include intestines with the best effort to remove feces. Can you imagine that? These food companies actually have a guy at the meat place washing the feces out of intestines, then putting them into dog foods. Pretty gross, right? I'm not feeding my dogs that. So if you see chicken byproduct, beef byproduct, lamb byproduct, or duck byproduct on a dog food label, I recommend you put it back on the shelf. Also beware of generic meat products that are marked on the label as meat meal or meat and bone meal. These can contain roadkill, dead zoo animals, or dead livestock. Yes, it's really that bad. A question I am often asked is, if preservatives, fillers, and meat byproducts are so bad, how do they make their way into so many pet foods? Well, the truth is that almost no regulation of pet food quality exists in America. Neither the USDA nor the FDA takes the time to monitor or inspect all pet foods. And while AAFCO set nutritional standards for dogs, they do not monitor and enforce the quality of ingredients put into pet food formulas. Plus, there is not much taught about pet nutrition in schools. I graduated Cornell University College of Veterinary Medicine in 1973. I was #2 in my class in the academic years, and I was taught very little about pet nutrition. We learned about the percentages of protein a dog should have in their diet, but never about what was a quality protein source. We learned how to diagnose and treat dogs' problems. We learned how to operate on dogs and medicate dogs, but we weren't taught a single thing about how to prevent dogs from having health problems in the first place. In fact, it wasn't long after I graduated that I discovered the food we had been feeding our dogs in my veterinary studies, which was sponsored to us by the big pet food companies, was absolute garbage. I had to figure out the proper health routine for my dogs in my veterinary practice. Today, every time I save a dog's life through better nutrition, it pains me to think of how many more I could have saved had I always known what I know now. The way I explain this in my practice is this. We humans could probably eat McDonald's every day and we would survive. But if we want to thrive, we need to learn about what's really healthy and what isn't, and eat accordingly. The same is true with our pets. Feeding your dog a regular pet food will keep it alive. But if you want your dog to thrive, you need to go beyond the regular food. Sadly, most of the food that is said to mimic a natural diet, be organic, or be premium isn't much better. I even know of a big name, so-called organic food, that is mostly heavy grain. With nearly every pet food in the store claiming to be healthy and nutritious, it can be very confusing. Which is why I want to share the routine my wife and I use with our own 3 dogs, Joey, Tilly, and Redford. Follow this, and I promise you, your dog will have the very best chance at a long, healthy, and happy life. The routine is simple. Avoid the 3 dog health destroyers I just shared with you. Give your dog 3 super nutrients I'm going to share with you now that I've proven over the last 4 decades will give a dog the longest, healthiest life possible. Many tell me that when they start to give their dog just these 3 things, skin problems begin to clear up, coats become shiny and thick, bathroom habits become more regular, and best of all, your dog has noticeably more energy, better health markers, and a calmer but happier personality. Why do these 3 super nutrients make such a big difference? It's because they are critical to your dog's digestion. Yet most canine diets miss at least one of these, and many miss 2 or 3, which can lead to a sad, depressed dog, or in some dogs, high anxiety, excess barking, or strange eating habits. But don't worry, I'm going to show you what these 3 super nutrients are today and how to give them to your dog inexpensively and easily. And my guess is you'll notice a big difference. For some dogs, in a couple of weeks, others after just a couple of meals. The first is that meat I told you about that is the #1 most nutritious meat you can give your dog. What kind of meat am I talking about? Organ meat. Here is something interesting. Did you know that when a pack of dogs in the wild makes a kill, the leader of the pack, who is known as the alpha dog, gets first choice in what part of the prey they want to eat? It's true, and in the wild, the alpha dog will nearly always go for the organ meat. Why is this? Compared to regular cuts of meat, organ meats are more densely packed with just about every nutrient. It contains more essential vitamins than any other kind of protein, including hearty doses of B vitamins, folic acid, and minerals like phosphorus, iron, copper, magnesium, and iodine. While organ meat may not be the most appetizing to us, this is a nutrient-rich food and dogs love the taste. So if you haven't fed your dog a food with organ meats in it yet, he or she is in for a treat. I'll share a simple way to get these meats to your dog in a moment, and you don't have to handle any raw organs or go to a butcher shop. Not only do dogs love the taste, it's a nutrient burst they cannot get from any other meat. So when you are giving your dog organ meats, you are giving him or her the prime feast of the pack. When you're giving your dog these nutritious meats daily, it's only natural that you will have a longer living, healthier dog. The next super nutrient your dog will love you for is omega-3s. It's been proven that omega-3 fatty acids are very important to a dog's brain health. They are proven to increase brain volume while reversing many signs of brain aging. This is why it is no surprise that dog owners who start putting more omega-3s in their dogs' diets find their dogs become more responsive, easier to train, more alert, and senior dogs gain more energy. Not to mention, many pets have problems caused by too much joint discomfort and aches, so many pets will find relief from omega-3s as well. Now, there are many great omega-3 supplements on the market designed for dogs. However, I'm going to show you a way to get them into your dog's food so you don't need to buy an expensive supplement. I've also found omegas to be great for helping ease dog allergies. So if you have a dog who has allergies, this is even more important. And you'll find omega-3s give your dog even more health benefits when combined with my last dog super nutrient, prebiotics. Now, you may have heard of probiotics, the friendly bacteria that your dog has in their digestive tract. What prebiotics are superfoods for your dog's good gut bacteria. Think of them like a special helper that support your dog's immune system, support healthy digestion, and help protect your dog from environmental toxins as well. Prebiotics I recommend for dogs are flax, pea flour, carrots, and ginger. These specific veggies do wonders for your dog's good bacteria, and now I'm going to show you how to get them into your dog's diet easily. Once you do, you could expect your dog to have easier and smoother digestion, faster metabolism, more regular pooping, and better absorption of good nutrients and vitamins. And here's what's most exciting. Scientists have now discovered that serotonin, which is the happy hormone that controls moods in humans and animals, is primarily made in the digestive tract. So when you give your pup prebiotics to help with digestion, more serotonin is produced, and you will have a happier dog. Amazing, right? Proper levels of serotonin have also now been linked to less aggression and less stress in dogs. So if you want to give your dog a better quality of life, this is a great way to do it. So now that you know the 3 super nutrients that give your dog the best chance of a long and healthy life, I want to show you how my wife and I give them to our 3 dogs daily. It is actually quite simple. In the past, when I was asked by dog lovers what to do to keep their dogs healthy, I would tell them, start preparing your dog's food at home and make sure it's mostly meat and that it is raw. For many people, preparing food for their dogs is something they would love to do, but they just don't have the time. And if you haven't heard of feeding your dog raw food, that might sound crazy to you as well. However, I can tell you, in my opinion, as a practicing veterinarian of 45 years who has saved the lives of tens of thousands of animals who many said were beyond hope, there is no better food for your dog than a raw diet of mostly meat. You may have seen the recent article this July in the New York Times talking about how cardiomyopathy is on the rise in dogs. What cardiomyopathy means is a disease of the heart. It is caused by not getting enough of the amino acid taurine. Taurine is found in meat. However, the heating and cooking that happens in the making of a typical commercial pet food strips the meat of nearly all of the taurine. In fact, the process strips away so many of the vitamins. Companies have to use synthetic spray-on vitamins just to meet the AAFCO standards. These synthetic vitamins are not bioavailable to your dog. What this means is they go in one end and out the other. This actually depletes energy in your dog's body. Because your dog does all of the digesting for nothing, not to mention the long-term health issues that can arise in your dog because he or she is not getting the needed vitamins. And it's not just dry kibble. Canned foods and those fancy, gently cooked packaged foods are not much better. Even those claiming to be custom to your pet are going to have a lower nutritional value than a raw food. After all, raw food is what dogs have been eating in the wild for thousands of years. Now, I'm not suggesting you start tossing your dog's raw chicken and steaks. It used to be this is where the prep would come in. Selecting the right raw meats and mixing with the right veggies. But now, there is a much easier way to get your dog the most nutritious meal possible without having to prep. In just the last few years, there has been an amazing scientific breakthrough that has been a game changer for dog health. Scientists have figured out how to put high-quality, raw dog food in a freeze-dried form that you can serve at home. Just add a little water and it's ready to go. And because it's freeze-dried, it doesn't need to be refrigerated. The best part is the freeze-drying process preserves all of the nutrients that would have otherwise been destroyed by cooking it. And you may be surprised at just how affordable this new technology makes feeding your dog the healthiest diet. When I first heard about this raw food breakthrough, a light bulb went off in my head. You see, I have been praising the benefits of a raw diet for decades now. I put thousands of dogs on it. Even the pickiest eaters usually devour raw food. And it never fails to give a dog better health markers, improved digestion, healthier teeth, better bathroom habits, and a healthier coat. That said, it still needs to be prepared with the right ingredients. And I wondered, using this new technology, could a raw freeze-dried food be made that was up to my standards of quality? Something that would be comparable to prepping your dog's food yourself. I decided to find out. I started with my ideal recipe. You see, if I were to create a food to give a dog high energy, easy digestion, immune support, joint and coat support, strong brain health, and of course, a long life, it would look like this. High quality raw meat proteins made from the same cuts of meat we humans enjoy, not the leftover pieces or parts. A high amount of nutrient-rich organ meats that dogs love, including these special organ meats like turkey heart and beef liver that contain those powerful omega-3s I mentioned to you earlier for your dog's brain health. High levels of healthy fats like EPA and DHA, which are the ultimate nutrients for immune health and mobility support. The food would also contain veggies and fruits that are prebiotics like flax, giving your dog's good bacteria what it needs to thrive. I'd also add in foods that contain polyphenols, which are powerful antioxidants that many pet lovers have told me have led to an increase in their dog's energy. Another ingredient I love for dogs is ginger. Ginger has been shown to support against gastric dilatation, more commonly known as bloat, as well as provide support for joint health. And as you can guess, the food would contain no grains, no fillers, and no nasty preservatives. Instead, I would use mixed tocopherols, a natural preservative derived from vitamin E. My team and I began visiting food manufacturers, including those that make many of the pet foods you see advertised on the web. Sadly, we began hearing a lot of no's. They either couldn't guarantee the quality of the meat or they insisted on cooking it. But then I discovered an independent pet food manufacturing company in Canada run by a brilliant holistic pet food specialist, and I finally got a yes. There was only one catch. The food couldn't be made in a large quantity like those big store brands. I decided to move forward anyways. After many months of tweaking the formula to get it just right, the first sample showed up at my clinic. I had it tested, and I was pleased to discover it contained an even richer vitamin and mineral profile than I had hoped for. But would dogs eat it? After all, what good is a healthy dog food if your dog doesn't like the taste? I gave it the real test, my 3 dogs, Joey, Tilly, and Redford, and they were all over it. After they were finished, Joey even went back to check the bowl to make sure he didn't miss any bites. Then Tilly and Redford did the same. It was one of the happiest moments of my life because I knew everything was coming together. These days, dogs get cancer more often than ever and at younger ages than ever. When I graduated Cornell in 1973, approximately 1 in 10 dogs got cancer, and it was always a disease of the old. If we saw a young dog with a lump, we eliminated the possibility of cancer based on its age. Now, 1 out of 1.61 dogs get cancer. That's more than 1 out of 2. What used to be a disease of the old is now a disease of the young. That's why I want to make a food to make a change globally, not just in my practice. So when I got that first bag of my dog food and it passed the nutrition test, then my dog's taste test, I knew my vision was about to come true. I'm proud to now present to you Dr. Marty Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food. This food is based on my 45 years of experience working with animals and healing dogs other doctors said could not be helped. It contains 81% human-grade raw turkey, raw beef, raw salmon, raw organ meats. I carefully selected the organ meats for maximum nutrient and omega-3 fat content: beef liver, turkey hearts, and turkey liver. The other 19% is made up of the veggies and fruits I've personally found to be the most effective for dog longevity. There are no nasty preservatives, just a natural mixed tocopherol blend to keep it fresh in your cupboard for as long as you need. While there are other freeze-dried dog foods on the market, this is the only food to meet my strict nutrition standards for canines. And if you've never fed your dog freeze-dried food before, you and your dog are in for a treat. It is lightweight and great for travel, and best of all, it is simple to prepare. Pull out the amount of nuggets that are recommended for your dog's age and weight, then just add water. 3 minutes later, it's ready to eat. But be warned, your dog will start to smell it when it's out of the bag, and those 3 minutes while they are waiting for the water to do its thing will have your dog salivating for that delicious flavor to come. I formulated Dr. Marty Nature's Blend to be the most nutritious choice for your dog, whether it's a he or she, young, middle-aged, or senior, and it's especially a favorite of my patients who are rescues or who have had health problems in the past. The formula is designed to mimic what your dog would eat in the wild, but with a special twist. It ensures your dog gets the maximum nutrient content in every meal. If you were sent here today by your veterinarian, please pass on my gratitude, and your dog will be thankful as well. I'll share with you a few more of the amazing benefits your dog will feel from this food at the end of this video. For now, I know that since you're watching this, you care deeply about your dog, so I want to share with you how you could get it for your best friend while it's still in stock. As you can guess, when word spread around the industry that I had created my own dog food, the excitement was unbelievable. I've been getting calls from pet stores wanting to carry the food, and even veterinarians I've never met before want to carry it in their clinics. You see, because this food is made from premium human-grade ingredients, if you were to try to make it in your kitchen, depending on the size of your dogs, you could spend several $100s a month on the ingredients. If you love dogs as much as I'm guessing you do, then I'm sure you can understand how important it was for me to make this food affordable for any dog lover. So I've decided to take a different route and cut out the middleman. I've decided to make Dr. Marty Nature's Blend available directly from me. This way, I can do 3 things. Number 1, I can assure it ships to you quickly. Number 2, my team can provide you with great customer service. And number 3, I can make sure you get it at the lowest price possible. So when you order my freeze-dried raw dog food, you are not going to pay $100 a bag. You're not even going to pay $70. When you order it now directly from this website, you'll get a 16-ounce bag for just $30.95. Now I realize that this is still more expensive than other kibbles and cooked foods. So even if feeding your dog an all-raw diet is out of your price range, I encourage you to use Nature's Blend as a food topper to give your dog the nutrients their body needs. Simply sprinkle a layer over the top of your dog's bowl to give your dog an extra burst of nutrients each day. While I recommend you give your dog entire meals of it as often as possible, using it as a topper will be a dramatic improvement over just about any other thing you can do for your dog's health. And it will cost you just pennies each time you give your dog this healthy treat. Update. Since I first announced the release of my dog food, the outpouring of joy from dog lovers has been amazing. People all across the USA are ordering Nature's Blend. We can barely keep it in stock. We've had to hire extra staff to help ship it and to answer the phones. We are finally back in stock now, and the good news is we've been able to place a much larger order. So to celebrate the release of this world-changing food, my team and I have decided to put together a special new customer-only offer. Now, instead of paying $30.95 a bag, when you order Dr. Marty Nature's Blend in a 3-pack, you'll save even more. And my team has put together some even deeper discounts for a 6-pack. Because of the special sealing and freeze-drying process, the food won't go bad in your cupboard. Every bag will be as fresh as the day you order, the moment you open it up. Now, this current batch is not a big one, and this is not made in bulk like those foods you see in the store or around the web. A larger order for us is probably 1/100th of what the big pet food companies order. It will likely sell out again soon, though when you click on the Learn More button below, if you see the order options, that means it's still available. If you want to guarantee to keep getting this special food for your dog, my team has also put together a special subscription program that ensures it will arrive at your home once a month. Your order will be filled first, no matter how many others are trying to order. So click on the link below to see all of the details and try it now. Oh, here's something else I'm really excited about. You see, because I'm so confident that Dr. Marty Nature's Blend will make a rapid improvement in your dog's health and happiness, I've decided to do something no dog food producer is doing. I've decided to back it up with the first ever "Your dog is healthier or it's free" guarantee. Here's how it works. When you click on the Next Step button below, you'll be taken to the Secure Order page. Fill out your shipping and billing information. Everything is protected with the same web security used by Apple and Amazon.com. Your food will arrive on your doorstep in just a few short days. Then give it to your dog. Watch how much they love the taste. They won't be able to wait for their next bowl. Then pay attention to your dog's health. If you don't see noticeable improvements in your dog's health and happiness, simply let us know. You can send back the unused portion anytime within 90 days, and I'll refund every cent of your purchase price. That's how confident I am in what this food will do for your dog's health. Whether it's shinier, fuller coat, more energy, more regular poops, a calmer mood, feeling more attentive to you and better behaved, or just having the healthier looking teeth and gums that comes from eating human-grade ingredients your dog was meant to eat, you're going to notice big positive changes. If not, because we really want you to try the food, you can even send us back the empty bag, and we will still process your refund, no questions asked. That's how strongly I stand behind this dog food. The formula comes from my 45 years experience helping animals live the longest, healthiest lives possible, much longer lives than even their human friends expected. Because if you think the changes you see in the first few weeks are amazing, think about what's going to happen to your dog's health after eating this high-quality, delicious food for a few months. Many owners report that moodiness, irregular bathroom or eating habits, or anxiety become a thing of the past. Tartar comes off their teeth, coats get shinier and feel thicker and fuller. Dogs get a glow about them. They just seem happier and more loving all the time. You may notice their water consumption goes down because your dog isn't getting as dehydrated. You'll see poops become more manageable and less bulky, and obese dogs will lose weight and become more muscular. You'll also notice a dog that is more mentally alert, pays better attention to commands, and learns tricks faster. Because when your dog is getting better nutrients in their food, it's getting more power to their brain. And don't forget how much happier your dog can be when serotonin production is working better. If this sounds like a lot to expect from just a simple change in food, well then, you are correct. The way I explain it to dog lovers in my clinic is this. Imagine if someone was feeding you crappy food. Then they switched over to feeding you delicious, healthier foods every single day. Not only would you be appreciative, you would have big changes in your health. A healthier body is a happier body. It's truly revolutionary how big of a difference great nutrition can make. I put everything I've discovered in the last 4 decades of healing animals into this recipe, and I know it's going to make an amazing difference in your dog's health and happiness. And while I love saving dogs who are sick, I made this in the hopes that your dog never has to visit the veterinarian with a health emergency. So click on the link below and give it a try for your dog today. The new customer-only offer is only available through this special video while supplies last. So grab yours now and please accept my sincere thank you. As a lover of dogs myself, it means a lot to me that you care for yours enough to spend your time with me today, learning about dog health and making this investment in your dog's happiness. This is Dr. Marty Goldstein, and I'll talk to you again soon. Still here? Great. That's probably because you have some questions. Ever since my food has hit the market, I've been receiving dozens of emails thanking me, along with pictures of happy dogs enjoying the food. I love getting these emails, so please keep them coming, and I wanted to answer a few of the most popular questions I've been getting as well. So here we go. Question: what is the complete ingredient list? I'm glad you asked. Here it is. Raw turkey, raw beef, raw salmon, raw duck, raw beef liver, raw turkey hearts, flaxseed, sweet potato, eggs, pea protein, apples, blueberries, carrots, cranberries, pumpkin seeds, spinach, dry kelp, ginger, salt, sunflower seeds, broccoli, kale, mixed tocopherols. As you can see, these are premium human-grade ingredients. This is the very same formula my wife and I feed our dogs at home, and I couldn't be prouder of it. Question: does each breed of dog need different food? Answer: they do not. This formula is great for dogs of any breed and in any health condition. Is this good for dogs of any age? The answer is yes. I designed this formula to be the best overall diet for young, middle-aged, and senior dogs. The nutrient profile contains everything your dog's body needs to not only survive, but thrive. Question: does this food contain added vitamins and minerals? The answer to this is a big fat no. You see, most companies cook the crap out of their food, which strips it of all the nutritional value. So then what they do is add minerals and vitamins in synthetic form so they can make label claims. The issue with this is that the synthetic minerals and vitamins are not bioavailable to your dog. In other words, they go in one end and out the other. This actually depletes energy in your dog's body, as it's a wasted process. Not to mention the long-term health issues missing these vitamins and minerals can cause, which is why in my food, your dog will get all the needed vitamins and minerals naturally from the premium ingredients. We never add anything else to make label claims. It contains only the best. Why does this food contain blueberries and cranberries? Are those natural for dogs to eat? Great question. Recent studies have found dogs get great benefits from small amounts of blueberries and cranberries, and my own observations showed the same. In 2006, the University of Alaska in Fairbanks conducted a study where sled dogs were given blueberries as a supplement to their diet. The results showed that there was a spike in antioxidants in the sled dog's blood, which is amazing because antioxidants play a huge role in preventing free radical damage. Older dogs that received a diet rich in antioxidants have showed improvements in learning and attention within 2 weeks of starting the diet. Cranberries are well documented for their ability to help improve urinary health in both humans and animals. They contain a natural compound that prevents bacteria from clinging to the walls of organs, which means a naturally healthier immune system and better detoxing for your dog. Cranberries also contain non-toxic doses of salicylic acid, a natural compound that helps relieve joint or other discomfort. This makes it a fine additive for an aging or arthritic dog. These reasons are why I've included my recommended amount of blueberries and cranberries in every serving of my freeze-dried raw food. Your dog is going to love it. Question: why is ginger in the food? And why flax? Ginger is great for bloat and helps with mobility. Flax is my favorite prebiotic for dogs. Do you recall earlier when I mentioned my favorite way to get prebiotics into your dog's diet? Flax is it. It contains lignin, a form of dietary fiber which contains substances called oligosaccharides that are food for your dog's good gut bacteria. Strengthening these good bacteria not only improves digestion, it can help strengthen the immune system and support healthy serotonin production for a happier dog. Going to work in the large intestine, they also prevent and relieve constipation while discouraging harmful bacteria and parasites. Question: how does it make a difference so quickly? As you know, dogs don't live as long as we do. They used to say 1 dog year was considered 7 human years. We know now that isn't exactly true. However, it's a good approximation, and what we know is dogs have a much faster metabolism than humans. In fact, an animal's metabolism runs so much faster than ours that everything is accelerated. A few years of a bad diet for them is like a lifetime to us. However, the opposite is true. When it comes to a good diet, just a couple of weeks of a good diet can show dramatic improvements in the way your dog looks and feels. Question: why did you finally decide to make your own food? My answer to this is simple. The reason I'm doing this is because I love animals, and in my clinic, we can only do so much. Instead of helping 3,000 animals a year, I want to help millions around the globe. I deeply appreciate those who trust me with their pets' care, and I want to thank you for trusting me with your dog's nutrition. Please know I take it very seriously, which is why it took me over 40 years to decide to create a dog food. I wasn't going to put something out there unless I could make something ideal for a dog's diet, and it's finally here. Click on the link below to try my premium freeze-dried raw dog food, Nature's Blend, today, and I'll be honored to send you and your dog some. It's fully guaranteed that your dog will love it, and if for any reason you decide it's not for you, simply send back what you don't use and I'll refund every cent of your purchase price. That's how confident I am you and your dog will love this formula, and I can't wait for you to try it. Click on the link now and I'll see you on the next page. Try Dr. Marty Nature's Blend. Scan the QR code or go to dogfood111.com in order to get up to 55% off.